Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here. Today we're doing the Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl moveset video guide on how to use Gastrodon. I love this Pokemon. It's fantastic both in-game and in competitive. And if you guys do enjoy these moveset video guides, make sure you let me know by leaving a like. Also, leave a suggestion down below of the next Pokemon you'd like to see me cover, or even a set of Pokemon you'd like to see me cover in the next moveset video guide tomorrow. And if you are new to the channel, subscribe. I'm on my way to 300k. That is my end of this year goal. I'm uploading moveset video guides. You got Wi-Fi battles. You got Pokemon Showdown Live. You got Pokemon Theory videos. A whole lot of stuff. So if you like that type of content, feel free to subscribe. We got Legends Arceus right around the corner. So who knows what I'm going to be adding to my arsenal. But yeah, Gastrodon is a fantastic Pokemon. Not only it being part ground means it's a water type immune to electric, but also because of its Storm Drain ability, it is immune to water and it gets a special attack boost. I want to be honest, in this metagame, Storm Drain is probably the only ability you want to use. You don't need Sticky Hope because there's no heavy duty boots and there's a lack of trick anyway. And a lot of Pokemon do not have knockoffs, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. It's better to just resist one of the better Pokemon's attacks, aka Starmie. And also, Sandforce isn't really worth it because you're a ground type with an immunity to water, right? Via Storm Drain. You do not want to. The Sandforce just isn't worth it. It's just like there's better Pokemon that you can use as offensive ground types that can use that ability, in my opinion, or just in general, in my opinion. But offensive Gastrodon is a set, though. We'll go over that, but. The first set we have is the physically defensive Gastrodon set. Now this is better versus, Gliscors, Garchomps, Dragonites, just physical setup Pokemon for Alligator as well. But this is going to go max HP, max defense with a relaxed nature because it depends if you want to go Earth Power or Earthquake. Earthquake is better versus special defensive Heatran, whereas Earth Power is just stronger in general for the most part just because of your special attack. And a lot of Pokemon you're hitting have worse special defense than they do have attack, but it just depends in that regard. Always Storm Drain is the ability because no matter what, you can beat Starmie, right? Unless it's Spec Psychic or it has Psychic in its move pool. Because if Starmie has Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Rapid Spin, and Ice Beam, Ice Beam is not going to 2-hit KO Gastrodon, and you can just beat it 1v1 anyway. Can't even freeze you because Scald can thaw. So you want Scald on your moveset because this allows you to potentially burn Gliscor upon switching, Breloom upon switching, Latios, which really does lower its longevity, making it easier to beat in a bit, or in the long game. Recover, because Recover is fantastic. It's your reliable recovery. You're always going to get 50% back. Gastrodon doesn't have the best stats besides its HP stat, which makes it actually take hits a lot better than normal. So with Recover, you can take repeated hits from Gliscors and Scizors. Scald also just being able to burn Pokemon is so awesome. Now your next couple moves are kind of up to what you want. Ice Beam can be great for, again, Gliscor, Dragonite, Garchomp, whereas Clear Smog can help you beat Feraligatr a little bit easier because it won't be able to break you, because it can't get defense drops and stuff like that. You can stop its Dragon Dances. Then you have either Earth Power, Earthquake, again, depending on your team, what you want. Do you want to hit Starmie harder when you get the special attack raises, or do you want to just go for the better hit versus Heatran, but also still hitting Blissey? Or do you want to go counter, because you could take a U-turn from Scizor or a +1 attack, especially if you don't have Ice Beam. You take it, you go for counter, and for the most part, you'll be knocking out Pokemon or just doing a hefty chunk to them. So that's kind of your options when it comes to Gastrodon. I think Leftovers should be on all Gastrodon, but maybe a random Rindo Berry or anything like that, or Lumberry, depending. There's not a lot of Toxic, so this Gastrodon can kind of just sit on Blissey as well. Unfortunately, because there's not a lot of Toxic, Gastrodon also does not get Toxic, which was really, really strong in its move pool, but just basically something it does not have. But yeah, counter is just something interesting because you take a hit from Mamoswine and you knock it out with counter, whereas Scald does not knock it out, so it's just the damage there, just a damage difference, which I think is pretty cool for Gastrodon itself. So of course we have physically defensive, so now we're going to go special defensive, and I do want to note that even though I'm running max HP, max special defense, max HP, max defense, you can definitely calc and tailor your Gastrodon to what you want it best to take. These are just like the filler sets that this is where you can start, but you notice that maybe Scizor's U-turn is doing a little bit too much. You want to take a little bit better, so you take some out of special defense, you put it in defense. It's kind of just up to you. But we're gonna go calm nature. This, of course, if you end up going like Earthquake over Earth Power, you could go Sassy. But max HP, max special defense, Scald and Recover, I think are just a given. Just being able to burn everything is amazing. Obviously, Recover for the recovery. I like Earth Power a lot on this one too, because this one's always gonna be even like Spec Starmies and stuff, unless they crit you or get a special defense drop, because you can even take the analytic boosted psychic into a regular psychic, and then Earth Power just does a lot. Obviously with the Storm Drain, special attack raise, if something hits you with a water move, you're going to do a lot. This one can also eat like Spec Stracos from Latios and recover them off. And then your last move is kind of what you want with it too. Yawn can let you put a Pokemon to sleep like Calm Mind, Clefable, or just force a Pokemon to switch out, because obviously they don't want to go to sleep, right? For the most part, Pokemon do not want to go to sleep unless they're going for rest themselves. So Yang can let you force switches, which would be nice if you pair that with hazards like Spike Skarmory or Stealth Rock Gliscor. Gliscor is a great partner as well. Because Gastrodon takes the water moves and for the most part the ice moves except for Freeze Dry aimed at Gliscor, whereas Gliscor can take every hit besides that like aimed at Gastrodon. But Miracle can be cool too because you can live a Draco Meteor or Spec Psychic from Latios and knock them back out with Miracle. Ice Beam is still an option as well, just good for those Dragon types and Gliscor. And then Clear Smog can still work too because maybe you want to beat like Calm Mind Clefable or at least stall out its Moonblast because you can stall out Calm Mind Clefable's Moonlights and Moonblast because if it's unaware Calm Mind, you go for Scald, you burn it, Earth Power, Recover, they Calm Mind enough, you go for Clear Smog, you get rid of their boost. They only have 8 Moonlights, so you can easily stall that out. And Scald Burns get rid of the leftovers recovery, right? So you can easily beat a Calm Mind Clefable 1v1 with a Clear Smog set if it is unaware. Even if it's a regular Calm Mind too, you can actually do a lot as long as they're not like running Wish. But you can beat them just because they're not doing enough damage to you, and you can just do a lot of damage back to them. Speaking of Clefable, Clefable's actually a great partner for Gastrodon too. You can take on the dragons that are really good versus the special defensive side because obviously Garchomp's Outrage Earthquake hits hard, Dragonite's Outrage Earthquake, etc. So Clefable is actually a really good partner that can help you deal with that being a fairy type and not really worrying as much. And then, of course, there is Curse Gastrodon. Now, Curse Gastrodon gives Gastrodon a chance to sweep. Curse is pretty cool because, again, Blissey does not have access to Toxic right now, and it just allows you to kind of overpower those teams that heavily depend on like Latios and Starmie to break squads. Especially being special defensive, you can even just eat hits from Gengar as well. Now, I do have Sassy Nature on this. You can go either Waterfall or Scald. I forgot to put Scald on there. That's my bad. But Scald is definitely a slash. Again, just being able to burn stuff can really help you go a long way. But obviously, Waterfall is really cool too because you're actually being able to damage something like Skarmory, for instance, especially if you're last mon. You don't want Skarmory to try and like Scald and Roost stall you, though of course you can Earthquake as it roosts because it loses flying types. Kind of up to you on that, right? But Curse lets you boost your attack and your defense while lowering your speed. This is cool on Trick Room squads too, or just like cool anti-Trick Room on as well, which can be pretty cool. Being a Pokemon that's also immune to like Crab Hammer from Crawdon's nice. A lot of them are going to go for knockoff though, so be careful. It will smash you. But Waterfall and Earthquake are your stab moves that are boosted by Curse as well, and just allowing this Pokemon to be a potential threatening sweeper. Again, like teams with Blissey, no Swords and Scizor, but just like U-Turn, Defog sets, or like Stealth Rock Gliscor, like those type of cores really do not like this Gastrodon. Right, this Gastrodon can be a giant threat to them just because it can tank hits and because very few Pokemon actually have access to Trick at the moment, if any. Well, there are some, but like Pokemon like Latios can't trick it a Choice Specs and lock it into a move, right? So even though Gastrodon has to be careful, so at least versus Latios. So again, Clefable is a good one. Heatran's a good partner as well. Jirachi, Scizor is a fantastic partner because Latios is there and everywhere, right? Speaking of Scizor, the next set we have is an offensive choice spec set. Now, you might be wondering, why the hell are you running max speed on a Pokemon with base 39 speed? Well, let me teach you something. Let me tell you something. Because there are two very common Pokemon, well, three very common Pokemon that are slower than 177 speed. The first is special defensive or even mixed defensive Scizor. So this Gastrodon with a choice specs can actually 2-hit KO. Well, actually with Stealth Rock, it 2-hit KOs all variations of Scizor, even max HP, max special defense, careful. But like the Impish 196 special defense with 96 defense to allow them to take 2 hits from Mamoswine, it can 2-hit KO that and outspeed it with Surf or Earth Power. It also smashes Skarmory, which you are faster than, and it also smashes physically defensive Clefable as well, which you are faster than. So that's the reason why you would run this speed on Gastrodon, because you want to be able to outspeed those specific threats. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, obviously, you're faster than special defensive Empoleon, and it just allows this Pokemon to actually just damage things. You're faster than Tangrowth as well, which would normally be faster than a Gastrodon, and you could threaten it with or knock it out with an Ice Beam or Spec Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is mainly there for Clefable. Ice Beam obviously there for the Flyers, Togekiss, Tangrowth. You can Sludge Bomb those guys as well. Just getting the poison. Pretty cool. Surf and Earth Power, your main stab. Surf, like I said, can 2-hit KO special defensive Scizor, guaranteed with rocks and sometimes without rocks. But Most variations of defensive Scizor you can 2 KO, and then of course you do have Ice Beam for the dragons like Latios, and also just strong hits versus like Breloom, but like Sludge Bomb is just really cool for Azu as well. So again, this is also faster than Azus that do not run max speed. I think you should always be running max speed, max attack, just specifically for reasons like this, right? You don't want a random Pokemon to be faster than you. Also, you always want to be faster than Scizor and Skarmory, in my opinion, when you're Azu. But again, using Gastrodon as a more offensive means, and if you can manage to get the Storm Drain boost, even these Surfs, bro, like, if Starmie goes for Hydro Pump, right, you have like Heat Train out, or you have like Gliscor, or whatever, like Infernape out, and they go for Hydro Pump, and you bring out Gastrodon, and you get the boost, whew, that Pokemon's going to fall over to an Earth Power after. But yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today when it comes to Gastrodon. I hope you guys all enjoy it. I do think Specs is very fun, and I've actually fought it on the ladder. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. If you guys want to pre-order Pokemon Legends Arceus, feel free to use my Best Buy link down below if you're in the US, or maybe you want to pick up Pokemon BDSP now that's been out for a little while and you've decided that you want to play, maybe you like the Wi-Fi battles and whatnot. Feel free to use my Best Buy links down below. You support me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.